guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do something that it's always my top to do at the beginning of the year. Usually during January I tend to stay at home a little bit longer, kind of rest a little bit because the holidays tend to be a little bit hectic, at least for me. But I really love using January as this startup to set the intentions, to manifest, to kind of organize myself a little bit. So today I wanted to sit down and do my 2026 vision board with you guys. I also want to do a lot of reflecting on how last year went. I wanna put all my dreams and my hopes and just basically chat. So I already did my vision board a few days ago, but I wanted to go through it and really set the intention, explain what I'm going to be focusing a lot during this year. Also the things that I learned from 2025, because honestly it was a lot. So this is why we're in the office. I just wanted to be comfortable on my computer next to me. So I think it's going to be quite a long chatty video, so I would definitely recommend you to grab a coffee. I'm not sure if any of you guys are going to do your vision boards with me, but let's get into it. So for me, 2026 feels very different from any other year before. Pretty much every single new year I've always been very goal focused. I was looking into improving something, numbers, projects, trips, and just hitting timelines that I had basically put on myself. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's something that has really worked out for me to just be a little bit more centered, goal oriented, and just achieving that. But when I sat down to start planning what I wanted for this year, I realized that I just didn't want it to be chasing the next big thing. I feel like I have lived a lot of my life just chasing milestones, chasing goals, chasing jobs, and I just want this year to be present in my life and enjoy what I already have. This is going to be very specific, but the other day I was sitting down in my living room with Polo and with my Shinali, my dogs. We were listening to music, and I don't know why, but in that moment it just hit me so hard that I had everything that I prayed for when I was younger. I'm living in the city that I always wanted to live in this beautiful apartment that it does feel like a home to me. When I travel, one of the main things that I want to do sometimes is just come back home to my bed, to my dogs, to my life, to my routine that I truthfully enjoy. And this is probably the first time in my life that I feel like that. I feel like I have built such a beautiful family with a beautiful, healthy relationship. I have the most wonderful husband. I have such amazing friends. I'm experiencing things that I always just wanted to have in my life, that I feel like if I would have told little me that this was my life, I don't think I would have believed it. And sometimes I feel like all of this is escaping me because I'm still focused on achieving more things. And I think that's natural as humans, that we're just trying to focus on catching on to the next wave. I don't know if it's something that we just have programmed, but I really work like that. Like the moment that I achieve something that I really wanted, I try to work so hard to keep that, but also to think, okay, we did this, what do we need to do next? Like there's never a pause in my brain, and I know that that's ADHD. So really what I want for this year is to sit down, live in the present, and enjoy everything that I've accomplished, everything that my life is right now, and to slow down. I don't want to speed up. I really just want to slow down. Now, I want to do a bit of a reflection of 2025, because I feel like 2025 was so far the year that has brought the most growth. It was amazing, but also it felt so fast to me. Like I felt like I blinked and the year went by, and I look back on it and I am so grateful that I got to experience all of the things, and I felt like I did so much, but that it went by so fast. And I think it went by so fast because I was always trying to make everything work and think about what's next. I feel like I have an unlimited to-do list in my brain, in my laptop, in my phone. And don't get me wrong, I was so happy last year. Like I enjoyed everything that I did. Of course I had hard things happening, but I tried my best to be in the moment, enjoy everything and soaking everything as much as I could. But I felt like sometimes I was trying to hold more things that I could actually manage. In terms of growth, I feel like 2025 brought so much to me. It brought a lot of joy, adding new people in my life. Work-wise, I feel like it changed a lot and I evolved a lot in that sense, but it was also very intense emotionally for me on a very personal level, with health, with family, with my anxiety, because I've talked about this a bit. Like, I don't talk a lot about these things on my channel because I don't know, I just have never felt like talking much about my anxiety and my depression. But I've had it since I was 12 years old, and my anxiety sometimes kind of rules my life. And as you're growing and you're trying to get to know yourself as an adult, sometimes I feel like anxiety holds me back a lot. And I've been going to therapy for years now, like almost 10 years. But 2025 was a very hard and emotional year for me. I don't share this on social media because I just don't feel like it's a space where you need to share these things. Of course, I want to be realistic and show like the good and the bad, but I'm always someone that is more inclined to share the good and share things that people are going to enjoy and that are gonna uplift and not just bring more. A lot happened last year in the world, and I felt like you just don't want to add up by coming here and saying you're sad or saying that this happened or this happened. I just want to film and share things that generally make me happy and give something that is going to make people happy. And for me, my channel is like my creative outlet. Like, I just love filming videos so much, and I love editing videos so much. So of course, when you're feeling down, you're not very inspired to pull the camera out, say something. I usually do it when I have nice things to share and things that I'm super excited about. I've also noticed this pattern on me that when the year ends, I look back, and for example, this year I'm 29, and I just look back and say, now that I'm 29, I know so much better than what I did starting the year when I was 28. But I felt the exact same way when I was 27, when I was 26, and I think that's just never going to stop. I think as a kid, you kind of think that when you're an adult, you have it all figured out. But as humans, we're gonna keep evolving. Every single year, we're just going to know better. So instead of saying that, I just want to tell my past self that things are going to work out. Sometimes worrying does not do anything to help the situation. Sometimes you need to let go, and you don't need to have control over every situation, even though it hurts, even though it's stressful, even though it's causing you anxiety. Things work out with time. Of course, you need to do your best to do everything in the situation that is possible, but there's a point where you need to stop and let life play out. And also, time heals everything. You just need to give it time. Maybe not completely, but everything is better with time. It's not always going to feel as bad. Like most of the things that I thought that were like life-changing, now looking back, I'm like, okay, it got better. I don't feel like that anymore. I just feel like in the moment you feel like the bad is just going to stay there forever, but it is not. And the point with saying all of this is that we're never going to be finished. There's never going to be a finished version of me. We're always going to be evolving. We're always going to be learning. So instead of trying to rush myself to be that perfect version of what I want to be, I want to be this year about loving what I am literally right now, appreciating myself, and I will learn along the way, but without the pressure. Now, what's the year for 2026? Because I am turning 30 this year, and this is also one of the reasons why I wanted to be calm. I wanted to enjoy as I am stepping into basically the third step. And everyone always tells me that you need to have certain things figured out by the time you're 30, and I don't have many things figured out yet. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm such a grown-up adult, and then other days I just feel like I'm a baby and I don't know what I'm doing, and I think that's just normal, and we should take the pressure of turning 30 in that way. So yeah, we're basically going to slow down a bit, hopefully, but I want to explain what vision boards and manifestation means to me. So a vision board is not a magical thing that you're gonna put images and quotes and things that you want and it's just going to happen for you while you basically do nothing. I see them more like as a visual reminder of the things that you want for yourself. So when I look at my board, I don't really see it as I need to tick off everything that is on this board so I can achieve that. And it's more about, when I look at this, does my life right now feel like what I feel when I made this board? Or how can I get closer to this energy? Because it's more about energy, and you're gonna see when I show you, but it's more about the choices, and also to self-check on myself, like, am I behaving and am I feeling the way that I should feel to be able to get to this? And it doesn't matter if you put things on your board for 6 years consecutive and it's not happening to you, that doesn't really matter, as long as if you still wanted to keep putting it there, because at some point, in some way, you will be able to get there. I also think that manifestation can be very gentle. You can move very, very slowly towards it, sometimes not even trying, but you also need to let life surprise you, because sometimes you think you want something that may not be the best for you, that may not be in your path. And I say this because some of the best things that happened in my life are things that I never thought that I wanted, are things that I never put on a vision board. And I've done a vision board since I was like 15, and I would literally do scrapbooks. Now I do it digitally because I really like to put it as my wallpaper, phone screen, and just have something to look at often. So with that said, let's go into my vision board. I have my computer right here, but I'm going to share the screen with you guys. So going in and out a little bit, I want to show you the vision boards that I did years before. So page 1 was 2023. I don't know where I put 2022, but that one was really, really big for me because I think I achieved almost everything that was on that list, and that was crazy. Then we have 2024, and as you can see, for so many years consecutive, I had a puppy and I had learning how to ski. I've had a house there. On 2024, it was very wedding related. And first I want to talk a little bit about 2025. So for 2025, Ollie came to our lives, so we did get the puppy. If we want to go into the bags, for example, the Marco bag from the row, that one I just decided that it was probably not going to be the best fit for me, but I really focused on getting the bags that I put here because there were things that I just really wanted. I managed to tackle 3 from this list. I still kind of want that watch. The house didn't happen, and honestly I don't think it's going to happen this year either, but since last year I set my intentions to take it slower, and I literally did not. I did many things that I set for myself, but that one I felt like I tried, and I need to try harder this year. Now this is my vision board for 2026, and I'm gonna divide it by categories and we're gonna kind of talk about it. The category 1 is going to be work, creativity, my YouTube channel. So for me, 2026, I don't think it's going to be a year where things are gonna change much, to be honest. There's not gonna be any rebranding, anything big happening. I want to stay consistent in doing the things that I love, the things that I enjoy. I think I've been gravitating a lot towards just doing things that make me happy. And I've realized that what I love doing the most is vlogs and travel vlogs. Of course, being realistic is not the only thing that I can do, but I want to lean a little bit more into that because I just feel like it fulfills me a lot. Also bringing you guys along in my life, sharing about my dogs, little things that I do here at the house. Maybe I would like to do a little bit more arts and crafts and chatting. I still do love doing sit-down videos, but I just enjoy vlogging way more. I don't know when I realized this because I never thought that I was going to be someone who could do vlogs. I thought that my life was not interesting, but I've just leaned into the thing that I felt like it was right and that I was having fun while doing it, and that every single time that I finish a trip, I'm very much looking forward to coming back home and see whatever I filmed and color correcting and choosing the music and putting it together. I don't know, I think I found my thing, at least for now. So something important that I think I want to note is that as much as I'm not gonna chase anything too big for this year, I want this year to be the one who sets the groundwork for some things that I want to do for 2027. And I don't really want to say it because I sometimes feel like when you have not really developed, you should kind of keep it to yourself in case you not jinx it. I'm not someone that is super superstitious, but I also do a lot of self-sabotage. Like there's things that I want to do that I feel like I am not good enough, that I shouldn't even try, that why would I dare? Even though it's something that I wanted to do since I was really, really young, I just don't feel like I have it in me, and I think I need to work on that before I even attempt to do it. So laying the groundwork for doing that I want to be something that is separate from me on social media. I just want to do something else that makes me proud, makes me happy if one day I feel like I want to slow down on social media. For the ones that have been following me for a while, I think you may have an idea what this is, so I don't know. I am going to try to set all the intention and prepare myself more than anything mentally, and just trying to navigate and learn how to do it before I even really start it. So maybe that's something that we're gonna see 2027. And as for my YouTube channel, again, I'm not gonna change anything this year, but I would like perhaps to only do vlogs. It is a lot because I am still the one behind everything. I think at this stage a lot of people have editors or someone that is going to help out, and I have a really hard time delegating. I need to do everything, so I am completely happy with it. And I know, well, I'm not sure. Sometimes I remember how I felt when I was watching people on YouTube, and it looked easy, it looked fast, and I'm not here complaining. Like, I love what I do. Just sometimes I feel like I am burned out because it never really stops. You cannot stop uploading a video. It's really scary for me to go from 2 videos a week to 1 a week, where I can maybe put more time, more love, and more effort into my vlogs, because I want to do something great. I want to do something cinematic. I want to do something that gives something to people. And maybe I am giving too much credit to myself, and I don't want it to come off that way, but at least on my side I want to do something that I am proud of and I enjoy. And for me to do that, I think I need to, maybe in 2027, upload once a week. But the once a week that I upload, for it to be a great vlog. But for you to film a great vlog, you also need help. So I think I'm gonna have to come to terms that in some way I'm gonna need someone to help me editing. So maybe they can do the first part that is just like the audio and cutting the clips to the point where they are just the right frame. I need someone that can kind of get it, and then on my side I can pick the music, I can do the color correction, and I can still do the finished version. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. It is really a struggle for me because everyone tells me that I should just hire an editor, but I don't want to. And I know that it sounds so silly because it would make my life so much easier, but when I'm filming, I feel like I have literally the vision of what I want it to look like. If someone else does it, how do you know that it's going to translate? I also feel like I am very new. Even though I've been doing this for like almost 7 years, I feel like I am not up to the game of the people that have a team. So I don't know, I think I definitely need to work on that. But yeah, work-wise, what I was saying is that I want 2026 to be groundwork and working on myself to do possibly big things on 2027. Oh, and the last thing about work. I realized last year how much I had internalized about what I did. Being a YouTuber, being a content creator, it does come with a lot of shame. I still struggle a lot when I am out and about and we meet new people and they ask me what do I do for a living, and I say this. I feel like people sometimes can look down on you because it's not like being a doctor or being an architect. And I think like that myself. And that's, I think, the problem of why I feel like I am just simply not good enough. I did go to university, and every single time that I think about it, I'm like, damn, I didn't go through what I thought that I was gonna go through. I went for what I wanted and what I liked. And instead of being proud of myself or doing something that makes me happy, instead of following a path that I was already noticing that I was honestly a little bit miserable, I was spending so many hours of my life doing something that was socially the normal, socially what you should do after college. It took me the longest time to accept that maybe this was something that I could do and that I could be okay with myself, like allow myself to do this. So for anyone out there, life is really crazy. Sometimes you're gonna do things that you never thought that you were going to do. But I think honestly the most important is that you're happy, because we never know how long our life is going to be. And the most important thing is being happy with what you're doing, because you're never gonna get that time back. It may be whatever. It doesn't have to be social media. It can be a tattoo artist, you can be a painter, you can be a singer, anything that you want. Be proud of yourself because you're just trying to be happy. And I think that's the most important thing. And what other people think does not really matter. And we need to start by fixing our own ways of thinking. So also something important for me, how can I be successful? How can I believe in myself if I have all these thoughts? If every single time that someone asks me, what do I do for a living, I am embarrassed to say what I do. So that's something that I'm gonna work on this year. Now, my favorite topic. There's many trips that I want to take on 2026, so they are on the board. And I think the biggest and most important one is going to be Japan. Japan is a place that I've wanted to visit since I was like 10 years old. Like, I've always been very interested, but it always felt like really far away. So I don't know when the year we're gonna do it, but I really want to go, and I want to set the intention that I want to go to Japan. I love Japanese culture, I love Japanese food, the nature, just absolutely everything. So if anyone has any Japan recommendations, I would love to hear you guys out, because really I'm gonna try to make it this year, because I've been thinking about it for such a long time that I don't think I should be waiting more, and we should just like set it that this is going to be the year. Something a little bit closer is that we want to go to Azores. So I always wanted to go to Hawaii. But to be completely honest, I think Azores is also beautiful and stunning, and I want to do the things that I have closer and visit around here before I even consider going all the way to Hawaii, that is very far away from us. The green of the mountains, the nature, just the calmness. I don't know when is the best time to visit Azores, but I think that would be amazing. I would not mind to go to the south of Italy this summer. We don't have a specific place that I want to go, we just know that we want to go. I think it would be amazing if we could like rent a sailboat or something like that. Unfortunately, one that I put that I don't think it's going to happen, because when I did it a few days ago, I did not even check for the tickets, I just knew that I kind of wanted to go, was the Versailles Masquerade Ball. I always wanted to go, like I always see the videos and I'm like, that looks amazing. I love anything historic. I love everything that is like that romantic. And every single time that I see the Versailles Ball, I just feel like I want to go. But for some reason, I never really tried to. And now when I checked the tickets this morning, they are completely sold out. So I don't think we're gonna be able to go this year. So maybe that's something that I'm gonna have to put for 2027. Unless there's a place where I can find tickets, I need to ask. I really want to go, and I want to do the whole puffy dress, and Polo too. He even wants to go, which is crazy because I thought that he was not going to be up for it. And on similar lines, because it's Paris, I would like, maybe for the fall, like early fall, we would like to just go and move to Paris for a month. Like just a month, because I always said like, there's something about Paris, and I've lived in Paris before for short periods, and I think we could just try this year to go and stay for a month, go with the dogs and just have a good time. So if at some point this year you guys see me saying like I'm moving to Paris, it's going to be just for a month, because we kind of just want to. This is something that I'm not sure, because there's a lot that needs to be planned beforehand so we can actually do that, but I think it could be fun. But of course, trips can change. We might add more and not do any of this, but I do want to do a little bit more traveling this year, even more than last year, because I think that's just what I enjoy the most. And I also want to do trips where I can include the dogs. Category 4 is body, mind, and habits. And I am not going to come and say I want to go to the gym, I want to eat better, I want to do this and that, because I feel like putting that type of pressure just means that you are not happy with the way that you are right now. And I understand that being healthy and self-improvement and all of that, but I feel like I've done that my entire life, and I just want to love myself and be gentler with myself. So one habit that I want to do is read more, even way more than last year. I just want to drop the phone, drop the laptop, drop the TV and read. Maybe some creative writing, whatever I need to like have an outlet to express myself and to just disconnect my brain. I want to meditate. This is something that I never liked before, but again, therapists keep recommending it, so it has to be good. I just always found it to be very hard for me to meditate because my mind just never stops. I want to play more with photography again. I feel like I've deep dived so hard into video that sometimes I forget how much I enjoy photography. So I would like to find a camera, like a good camera, and just go more into pictures too. Like not putting videos alongside or anything, but playing more with photography and maybe making albums, so we can sometimes sit down and look at the albums and reflect on trips and when we were younger, because I just know that this part of my life, I feel like it's peak, not peak in the way that it's not going to get better eventually, but it's just going to change. And when I'm older, when I have kids, I just want to be able to look back on it on a way that it's not just scrolling on Instagram. Physically, I want to move more, but not in the gym type of way. I want to go swimming more. I want to go more to the beach. I want to go more to nature. I want to go connect way more with nature this year. That's definitely something that I want to do. I want to go sailing. That's something that I say every single year, and we have not been able to properly find a way, but we will figure that out. I just feel like sailing has always been such a big part of my life that I need to reconnect to it in some way to not feel like I am missing something. I also want to listen to more music and just disconnect. I want to dance more. I'm someone who hates clubbing since I was really young. I'm someone who has never liked to be out for a long time, but maybe I would like to try that a bit. Not necessarily partying, but just having fun with friends. But if there's one thing that I want to focus mainly during this year, I want to learn how to stop working. And when I say I want to learn how to stop working, I mean not feeling guilt about having things that are maybe unfinished and just being able to properly relax. Because there's days that I'm like, okay, I'm very tired. I should just just close the computer. I don't need to reply to this email. I don't need to do this. Maybe the video is not finished. And I feel like I am doing myself such a disservice by not finishing everything that I have to do. But then there was a point that I had not had like a day off where I was not thinking and working all day in like 3 months, and I was so burned out. And no one is making me do this but myself. I'm just the one that cannot stop, and that is so bad for me. And I know it, and I still feel like sometimes I cannot help it. Because also, if I am sometimes resting or watching a movie, I am literally planning something or thinking of my mental to-do list. I need to stop that, and I need to find resources or a system that works for me that allows me to properly disconnect, because I'm so grateful that I can be home, that I can be with my dogs, that we can travel, that we can do all of these amazing things that this job offers. But the thing is that it just never stops, so you never really fully rest or reset. And being something that needs a lot of creativity, if you don't allow yourself to rest, at some point you're just not gonna be able to give more. And I feel like this happens to a lot of content creators, and I am so aware of it. And here I am, I'm still heading literally that way. So this is why I put certain images on the board. Like, for example, I edit always on the plane. I don't rest, I don't read, I don't play on my phone, I don't watch a movie, even on long flights. I edit videos, and here I put a face mask because I want to do my skincare, and a book. I really just want to take it to rest and take it slower. So here I put like images of pretty much what I feel like it reflects a slower life in someone that is relaxing, and just having proper balance between all of the places that I want to travel to, but also a reminder that we still need to slow down and enjoy life and enjoy what we have right now. The next category is going to be relationships, home, and family. I've always been someone who is very independent. I never learned how to rely on other people. I'm very self-sufficient in the sense, like maybe not that much anymore, because I've learned, of course, how to rely a lot on Polo. Polo came into my life in a point where I just needed him so much, and he has taught me that I can lean on him as much as I can. But it took me a really long time to learn that with Polo, and I think I need to learn to do that with other people, because I consider myself someone that is always going to be there for the people that I love. Like, I will move the sky, mountains, anything for the people that I love if they need me. And I think that's community, and community doesn't always need to be family, it doesn't always have to be the people that are supposed to be. You can always find family in many different people that you come across in life. And I feel like I just need to learn to open up, learn to ask for help, learn to lean on people more. I want to make more time to do date nights with Polo. Sometimes he has work, I have work. You can get a little bit caught up in the schedule of life and our routine. And we do it a lot, but I want to do it more. I want to go out and have dinners. I want to have more movie nights. I want to, again, just slow down and allow us to have times and spaces where we can just like enjoy ourselves, chat, have a glass of wine. I am really happy with the way our relationship is, the way it is right now, but it doesn't hurt to want to improve it even more. I want to also spend more time with my friends. I want to allow myself to go out more and be like, okay, I've worked enough. I can go and have dinner. I can go and do this. I can go and do that. I try my best to do it and make time for my friends, but I think I need to do it a little bit more because it also lets me be there. Like, I enjoy a lot being with my friends and just being around the city, so that is something that could be great for me as a resource of disconnecting from work, because you're literally out doing something else. And I do have dogs here. Oli is already growing so fast, and I just want this year, especially this summer, to be something that I enjoy with them so much. Also, you can see here, I kind of want to go to Disney again, but every single year I just want to go to Disney. I want to teach Ollie how to swim. He has not been to the beach yet, so that's going to be an interesting one. I just love them so much, and I feel like I already am someone who spends so much time with my dogs, but I want to take them more on things. I want to take them on trips. I want to take them doing experiences. And Barcelona is already a city that I find to be quite pet friendly, so I think that's going to be amazing. And when it comes to the home, I think we're pressing pause on the house hunting. I think at this point, it's just going to be the thing that if it happens and if we find the house and the opportunity, we will go for it. But I feel like it drained me quite a lot to keep chasing something that I felt like it was escaping from me, like opportunities. I am in no rush, to be honest. I have already a lot on my plate that I feel like adding that right now may just make me feel a little bit more overwhelmed because buying a house is not easy. It is quite stressful, but we still can go to my grandparents' house more often. We can do a lot of things to kind of like scratch that itch, if it makes sense. This is something that we're pressing pause. We're not canceling. We will buy a house, of course, because that's something that we just will do. I know it. But I want to put it a little bit more on the sidelines and not focus so much on it. And the last category that I don't know if it's going to be a surprise that I'm putting it last, but it's material things. You guys know me. I love handbags. I really genuinely love them. I love fashion. There are so many things that of course I want, and I will make a proper wish list, but something that I really wanted to note is that I feel a little bit different. I don't feel like they're the force center of the things that I want to achieve. I think they're like nice things that if I'm able to get them along the way, I'm going to be super happy, super grateful, still applying the one bag in, one bag out. I'm going to be responsible in that sense, but I don't see them anymore as like the forefront and like the main thing that I want to save for. I am very happy with everything that I have, and I want to enjoy the things that I have. And if I get a new bag, it's because I got that bag for a special occasion. I got that bag on a trip. It was luck, and it's attached to like things that I'm going to look back to and enjoy. So for me, these items are not just, oh, I'm adding something else to the shelf. Like for me, it's always been like something that I always wanted, something that I really love, but I am not chasing it. I am letting it play out because many things that I'm going to put on the list are not going to be easy to get. Starting with a Birkin and suede would be fantastic. I think it's absolutely beautiful. When I saw them, I was so happy, fell in love with them. They are really hard to find, so of course this is not realistic at all, but I want to put them there because even looking at that picture, I just think that they're art and they're beautiful. I'm also being very into like very whimsical, beautiful Chanel bags. So this one is just an example because I think it's stunning, but also the price point is crazy. So if I ever find a good deal, I go to Japan, I don't know, and I find an amazing Chanel bag that is like so unique and so beautiful and it's a good deal, then that's something that I would definitely go for. But yeah, I think I'm going for more fun things, that it's something that I'm also enjoying. I'm not going for the basics anymore, I'm just having fun with it. But also on the same line, I do have a Birkin 30. The reason is I just feel like I really miss the size and I would love the size, but I want a bag that is vintage. I don't want anything new, and I want something that is going to be like my workhorse, and then I'm going to put a lot of things inside. I'm going to be able to travel with this bag. I'm going to not have to worry about it and just fully enjoy the bag without babying it too much. So I would love it to be in a heritage leather, of course. I still don't really know what I want, but something along the lines. I basically added this one because I really want like a Barenia bag, but I actually found the specific one. I actually took a screenshot of it, so let me see if I can find it. By the way, I kind of feel like this video has already been quite long. Kind of feels like a podcast, but I took this screenshot from Greta Lux's website, no, sorry, Instagram account, because I saw Georgia show this bag. I was obsessed. So basically, I saw this one and I fell in love with the bag. It is so beautiful, but it's the type of thing that I feel like they have once every couple of years and maybe they're not gonna have another one. But it's a Birkin 30 Noisette box calfskin with palladium. Actually, the price was not bad at all, so something along those lines because I was obsessed with that like chocolatey caramelly color. But again, this bag I wanted to be like my workhorse, my ride or die. But I'm also open to like other leathers, different colors. I do know that I want it to be brown, and I think out of everything, that's the one that I think try to get it. But if not, it's okay. I will make like an unrealistic, crazy wish list just with the things that I've been really liking. That doesn't really mean that I'm gonna get, but I really enjoy doing those videos. So I think I'm going to be filming that probably next week. I just need to really sit down and like make the list. Now I know that I'm gonna get questions about kids. I always kind of get them. I think I am just learning to be myself now. I think I'm just starting to be a little bit more confident to understand what I want and what I don't want in life. And I definitely feel like it's a bit early for us to have kids. Like, I think motherhood is something that you need to go into with so much certainty, selfness, and also awareness of what it is. And I definitely look so much forward to that in my future. But I think right now I just need to enjoy being me and enjoying my marriage and enjoying what my life looks like right now. And I think we will just know when it's time. And I don't think it is this year. So I will report when I feel like I am ready, but for now we're just really happy, and I just want to enjoy my life and enjoy everything that I have and that I have achieved as I started the video. Like really, I sometimes look back into younger me, and I don't think I would have ever believed that I would come this far and where I am right now. And I think I literally owe it to my younger self to freaking enjoy it as much as I can and be super happy and be able to sit down and read a book and then go smell the flowers and play with my dogs, sleep in a few days and enjoy. I'm sorry that this was such a long and chatty video, but I always watch a lot of this and I wanted to do something that didn't make anyone feel like you need to go to the gym and you need to do X amount of money and X amount of projects, because it's okay if you want 2026 to be a year of loving yourself and enjoying what you have and slowing it down. I feel like we're always running towards life, and if we're always running, then I don't really get what's the point. So I got a little bit philosophical, I think, and it's very different from my usual content. So to anyone that is still here, that I don't blame you guys if you found it a little bit boring, because I realized that I talked a lot. I just hope that you get inspired into taking it slower and appreciating yourself, what you have done. No matter where you are in life, you've done the best that you could, and you should always be able to just feel proud of yourself and appreciate what you have, because nothing will be the same in 1 year. We never know what life has for us. So yeah, maybe this be the year that we just take it a little bit slower and appreciate our loved ones and not being so hard on ourselves. So this was my video. All of the pictures that I put are from Pinterest. This is usually where I do like my board for my Pinterest board, and then I put it on Canva. And that is like the final vision board that I'm sharing with you guys. I would love to know what are your intentions for this year. If we can chat in the comments. I always maybe want to hear things that I have not even thought about that I would like to add to my own, because this one I always retouch it like through the year, like I add things, I maybe remove some things. So love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching. And if you're not done, I'm gonna leave you 2 videos right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.